All right, we up.
Okay. What's up, man?
What's going on? What's up? If this your first
Dog.
time to the channel, if this your first time in the channel, we in the kitchen. Wrist twisted, stir fry. There we go.
Already.
In the kitchen, wrist twisted like a stir fry. We back. We back. Peace. First things first, if this is the first time you went to the channel, we do this before we get started. First things first, I salute. I salute the divinity in you. I respect the divinity in you. There we go.
Already.
In the kitchen.
Already.
Today we have none other than A1, A4, A1 Nutrition Healing. My man Elgin LeVar with his new book that's beating him up real bad. New
Oh
book that's
yeah.
beating him up real bad.
Oh yeah.
There we go. We got
I need
Elgin.
to. I actually need to grab one, man. Let me hold on. Give me
Go
like two
grab it.
seconds.
Go grab it.
Give me
I'll
two
keep on
seconds.
playing this in the kitchen. Go ahead. There we go. Yeah, we about to get cooking in the kitchen. We about to get cooking in the kitchen. There we go. I'm gonna give y'all a breaking news right here. We about to go in. We about to go in. You guys know what happens when I put the sweatshirt on.
All right, we back at it. We back at it.
All right.
All
All right. So we'll dive into it.
right.
We'll dive right into it. First things first, like I said, I salute the divinity in you. I respect you.
So
Awesome.
likewise, but
Awesome. So all right, let's dive into it. We got Elgin LeVar, the entrepreneur, the
you already know
entrepreneur.
it. Yes,
There we,
sir. Yes,
there we,
sir.
what we got? What you holding up for us?
That's my book. Let me see if it changes. There we go. We can see it a
Oh,
little better.
there we go. I
All
appreciate it. I got
all
this
right.
copy right here.
You got the second copy, man. That's the second copy.
Let me
This is the
find out.
original. This the holiday copy. This the one I upload during the holidays. So
Mm,
it's the actual Trojan horse on there.
okay. All right.
Okay.
I
But it's
see
the
it.
same thing. Same
Oh,
thing, man.
all
Same
right.
thing.
You didn't no updated information. Nothing
Nothing
like
yet.
that, right?
Nothing yet. No. It's the same. It's the exact same thing, just a
Okay.
different cover.
All right,
Different cover.
fam. All right.
Do I do I
So
do I need to keep that off or are we good?
you good. You
Okay.
good. The
Okay.
light is great. Your level is good. You're all set here. You
All
know,
right. All right.
thank you for first of all, thank you for coming on. I salute you. I
Most
respect
definitely.
you. You know,
Most definitely.
you paying a
Can
little.
you
Go ahead.
Is there a way that you can send me a link so
Yeah,
I can put it on
definitely.
my community post?
Yeah.
Like, can you text me the link and then I post it on my community post and tell people to come on over?
Right now,
Yeah, like
let's.
can you? Is there a way to text this link that's live? It's your page, right?
Yeah. Let me go
Well,
to my page.
text the link to the page
All right.
and
Yeah.
text it to me, and then I'm gonna tell everybody come on over,
All right.
man.
Okay. Come on. Pick it up. Pick it up. All right. I'm gonna do that right now since I'm
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
All
And
right.
I'm gonna post it in my community post and tell folks to come on over and watch, man.
Come check you out. All
Yeah,
right.
check us out, man. We are creative, baby. Creators, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
We are
sir.
creators. I really I dig what you're talking about here because people don't know how what they can create, man. It's all about the individual, man.
Hmm. There's no
So
something greater than the whole.
yes, sir.
There
So
you go.
text that to me, and I'm gonna tell them to come on over. We live. I'm gonna tell them we live, man. But
All right.
text that page link to me, and
That's
I'm
it
gonna
right
copy.
there. There it goes right there.
All right.
I just
You
text
text, you text it. All right, here we go.
you. Yes, sir.
I'm gonna go on copy,
Hmm.
post it, tell them to come on over.
All right. All right. In the kitchen, wrist twisted like a stir fry.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
My phone got wet when I was out there, man.
Uh-huh.
With my phone got wet when I was out there on that job, man.
But you all right though, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm good. Yeah, yeah.
Oh man. So we gonna let you do that, and then we gonna jump into it. We gonna jump
There
right
we
into
go.
it.
They should be coming. They should be coming on over. They should be coming on over,
All
man.
right, all right. I appreciate it. I
All right.
appreciate it. So, Elgin,
Yo,
firstly,
yo.
take us on the early journey. Take us on the early path. Tell us where you from and things like that. Let's give us an introduction. Introduce yourself to us.
Yo, what's up, man? I go by El Jin. My middle name's LeVar, so I just use both of my names, Elgin LeVar. With that said, I'm one of those guys that's been through, came up from I'm gonna say a different kind of background. I came from Michigan. I was born in Alabama, but I was raised in Michigan for about 13, 14 years. So I'll say I got a little bit of northern exposure mixed with some southern hospitality. So I kind of know both sides of the track. And, I came down here, little situation popped off, family wise, and, had to fly down south for the winter.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? And been here ever since, man, with fam and stuff like that. But other than that, man, just one of those guys that really found my way. I'm gonna say I come from a diverse background. Mom Christian, dad Muslim. People ask how that happened. I'm like, shoot, I don't know. I don't know.
That's dope. That's dope. Yeah, I like that.
And it's like, people, they think I should choose sides, but I don't. I live in the middle because I don't like to be biased. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to, because those two sects of religion, which is something I really don't get into, religion. They've been fighting each other, or it's been a quarrel between them two for thousands and for centuries. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I'd hate to feel like I'd have to choose a side, because somebody, when you're talking about religion, it's always somebody's right and somebody's wrong. So I got family on both sides of those religions. So somebody's gonna be right and somebody's gonna be wrong per se, and I don't want to make that choice. So other than that, man, I'm down here right now, Alabama. Roll Tide. We just got put out, man. Who that was? UCLA, man. They did their thing. Yeah, basketball. But the football team strong. The football team strong, man.
I gotta give it to you guys. I gotta give it up to Nick Saban and
the football team strong. And the basketball team was just riding that wave, man. It's it was Kyle Bungadoo for a while, then it just wiped out with UCLA, man. So It is what it is, and I feel like they had the easiest road. They just let UCLA get up on them, in that last overtime, so they could have got it. But down here in Bama Town, man, and it's different. It's different down here, but I've learned to adapt and get with it.
Cool.
Other than that, man, just my first business, of course I work. I got a matrix job. Of course my channel, for Ascension, I got into letting people see where I was coming from. I went on a growth, kind of like a growth journey, and it started with health, man. It started with health. I had a little situation that this is what led me into my channel. I had a little situation where they called it sciatica or something like that. And it was a thing where the doctor tried to tell me I was gonna be like a certain way for the rest of my life, and I was gonna have to get these shots, and I was gonna have to do this and do that. And I was like, man, the devil is a liar. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't like feeling like that. I'm like, I don't gotta take no shots. I ain't gotta take these shots in my leg and my foot and my back. Forget all that. But what led to it was one day, man, I was taking a shower. We all grown here. I was taking a shower, and one day I tried to turn, and I couldn't. My legs was there, and when I pulled them too, I was like, wait a minute, why my leg feels asleep? You know what I'm saying? My leg wouldn't move, man. Like my leg wouldn't move, and I was like, what the heck was that? And then I literally had to hop to the bed, but I started panicking because I thought I was paralyzed, man. In a shower. I had just woke up getting ready to head to my matrix job, man, and it was it was scary, So after that, I went to the doctor, went to the emergency room, and they were like, ain't nothing we can do. I'm like, it's just a back pain. Take these 500 milligrams and keep it kicking. I was like, man, that's it. I said, this feel funny. So they end up saying, well, you might need to go to they sent me to a specialist, of course. And that's when I told you, they said the devil was a liar. They tried to tell me, we can give you some therapy, but you got to do this, you got to do that, and you're going to be doing this for a while, and I call that milking the cow. I call that milking the cow. And that's when I realized that, the medical industry, they only cure symptoms. They only cure symptoms. What am I trying to say? They only pacify symptoms. They don't really heal. They don't find root cause analysis. And people are a victim of that. And then we start taking one medicine. Okay, it might heal that, but then it's going to cause something else to go out of alignment. So after that, I just decided to go on a health journey, man. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to give it to you straight. It was like 1:00 in the morning. I just remember it, man. I just remember it. I remember watching the TV. I just remember it being dark. And I remember watching the TV, and I was like, man, I got to do something. Back hurting, foot hurting, leg hurting, this pain going down my side. I was like, I got to do something. I'm like, what are you going to do? It's 1:00 in the morning. And I wasn't working out or nothing like that. And I was eating everything. I was one of them guys, man. If McDonald's had a new burger, I was at it. If Wendy's dropped a new chicken deluxe something, I was at it. You know what I'm saying? If they had some new cereal or something like that, I was at it. You know what I'm saying? I was just eating like that, and I was heavy. So in that dark room, man, I just looked at the TV. I said, man, you gotta do something. You got to get down there and do some push-ups. So I got down there and started doing some push-ups, man. And I said, okay, now do some sit-ups. And then I slowly made it a routine. And then night after night, I started doing that, before I went to sleep. Then I said, you know what? You got to change how you're eating. Okay, what you going to do? I let the sodas go. I let the sugar go. I started letting the sugars go. Then I stopped eating, fast food like that. Then I got to the point, was like, okay, you need to eat some greens, man. Eat some greens. So I ran into Dr. Sebi, his teachings. I ran into his teachings. I even mentioned him in my book. I ran into Dr. Sebi's teaching, and there was a video that woke me the hell up, man. It said, "Eat to live or eat to die," and I realized I was eating to die.
Yes, sir.
And that's why my body, was deteriorating. And shout out to Dante, man. I saw where he put my book up, man, and I appreciate that, man. His channel is awesome, man. Yeah. And he's always been a stickler for semen retention and adding in what's going on out here into that, and health. And I appreciate y'all, highlighting my book and that interview that y'all did, man. So shout out to Dante, man. That was real.
Retain gang.
Yeah, retain gang, man. We all was down up in that, man. We all was in that, man. Like, you see some of my videos, man. A lot of them, started out semen retention, but my very first video was a health video. If you look at it, it was called "How to Protect Your DNA." So Dr. Sebi led me into that direction, man, and it said eat to live or eat to die. And he was talking about pork, you know what I'm saying? And then I started, doing studies on pork, and it made sense to me. Like, I know the Bible talked about demons being released into swine, being cast into swine.
Yeah.
Then I also knew that a rattlesnake can bite a pig and won't nothing happen to him. Some poisonous could bite a pig, and the pig just gonna look at him like he's crazy and probably eat him. So that lets you know something ain't right about that animal. Then somebody actually posted on my page that a pig is a cross between a human and a wild boar. And that right there kind of jacked me up a little bit, because in the Bible talks about, the pigs in the Exodus. So I let pork go. That was the first thing I let go. because I remember I had an incident, before I went on my journey. I stopped eating pork for a while, but then I went to this restaurant. I don't know if y'all ever heard of it, Hardee's. They had this sausage biscuit.
Yeah.
And I was working real hard. Then I stopped. Somebody said, we got these biscuits. So I ate two of them, pork sausage biscuits. So I ate them. So what I did was I ate them biscuits, shoved them down. About 10 minutes later, went outside, started working. So I bent down to pick up a heavy box of nails. And when I picked it up, it got dark. And then I started seeing stars. You know what I'm saying? I was like, wait a minute. Then I couldn't see it and I got dizzy. I said, man, I ain't ate no pork and I don't know how long. Why did you do it? Why did you do it? And that's what that pork did to me. But that was before my journey. Mm-hmm. But back to what I was saying about Dr. Sebi, man, he said, he went in on pork. Like, why? Why is you eating this stuff, man? Like, that's the worst thing you can put in your body. And I created a hierarchy in my book. In my book, I created a hierarchy. I'll let everybody see it again. Yeah. I created a hierarchy, and the hierarchy is if you're gonna stop eating meat, eat it in a certain order, which is stop eating the pork, then stop eating the red meat. Then if you're gonna stop, go to red meat, at least let those two go, because what I heard about red meat was that red meat, it builds up at the end of your colon, and it makes a big black, especially in black females, it creates a mucoid plaque, and it's a lot of colon cancers. You got to understand a lot of colon cancers, and people got to understand that, when I did my research on meat and red meat, we think that that's blood, and it's not blood. It's dye. It's additives and preservatives, because that meat is not. If you take a fresh kill and put it in the refrigerator and wrap it in saran wrap, it's going to be red the first 12, 16 hours, but let it mess around and let it sit there for another 12 hours. It's going to turn gray. The meat's going to turn gray. It's not going to be red. And your body has an innate sensory, to see, like, I'm not eating that. But they know that when we go to the grocery store and we see that fresh red, which ain't really blood, it's an additive, preservative, food coloring. The USDA website says that you're gonna be drawn to it, like thirsting, because you're gonna take in that what they say that that side of us that's carnal and almost what they call it, amphibian. What is the word I'm looking for? Reptilian.
Okay.
Side, because we all start out the same. And that's something that we really didn't start off at. We started off as vegans. You know what I'm saying? In the brush, eating from the bush. You know what I'm saying? We the bush people. Mm-hmm. So that's when I got away from the red meat. When I started looking at a lot of Dr. Sebi's videos. Then I found out about chicken. Leave the pork alone, red meat, chicken. I found out what chicken does. Chicken is cool. Chicken is cool, but chicken is a fearful animal. And they say black folks love chicken.
Energy.
Huh?
Energy. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. They say we love chicken. So you are what you eat, literally. So there is something called epigenetics, and we have receptor sites on our DNA cells. So in Deuteronomy, I can't tell you what, I talk about it in my book, but Deuteronomy basically says there's a certain way to drain the life force from the animal before you eat it. And if you don't do that, then you'll take on the likeness of that animal. So you ever heard somebody say, y'all behaving like animals? It's because they didn't drain the life force and do what Deuteronomy said and got rid of the blood or the life force out of that animal. And there's a certain way, and then you have to pray over it. That's why praying over your food is essential. So that's why chicken is a fearful animal, and we eat a lot of it. So people are like, well, what about chicken? I'm like, it's cool, but I don't eat a lot of it. You know what I'm saying? I eat more turkey and fish than mm-hmm. chicken and definitely red meat and pork. Honestly, man, chicken George. Was it Roots?
Roots.
Was
that
Roots?
Roots. Yeah,
I think they call him Chicken George, man, because he was scared.
Yeah.
He was fearful. So Chicken George, they call him Chicken George. Oh, you chicken, because they know a chicken is scary. So if we eat a lot of chicken, then you can give us, if it ain't being, drained right, then we'll take on the likeness of that animal. That's called epigenetics. So my journey, like I said, started from that, and then of course turkey. Turkey is an animal, but turkey's a lot less dense. And then of course fish. There's nothing wrong with fish, depending on what type it is, because Deuteronomy also talks about what type of fish to eat. Can't eat the catfish, can't eat the shrimp. Even though we do it at times. And then that's the hierarchy. And so when I say pork, red meat, chicken, turkey, fish, and then if you decide, go vegan. And that's the hierarchy to break it down, certain things. But I'm gonna tell everybody to let the pork go first, because that's best, because it ain't good for you. And a lot of people look at me and look at my skin and be like, man, why your skin like that? I say, I don't eat a lot of meat. You know what I'm saying? I don't. I got into the greens, I got into the avocados, I got into a lot of fruits, I got into water. Water is essential. Water is very essential. I went on that the pH. I start investing in the high pH water, at least anywhere from 8.2, 7.6 to 8.2, because a lot of that water, it is what it is. I know. I was drinking essential water for a while. Mm-hmm. And then one day I needed some water, and I didn't have none. And somebody brought me a Dasani, and I drank it, and I spit it back out. I said, man, this tastes like water hose. You remember back in the day when you used to get high? You used to get high, and then mom, you ain't going to your house, and then they say, well, go drink out that water hose back there. All y'all ain't gonna be in my house all day, and the water tastes just like water hose. That's what the Dasani tastes like. So I don't. It's certain waters I wouldn't, drink. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, man, that's what led me into my book, Trojan Horse Foods, man, because I learned to realize you can dress up food, make it look all good, and this, that, and the other. That's where I came up with the title, because it wreaks havoc in our body. You ever seen a perfect candy bar, all chocolate, decadent, and it just looks good, wrapped good? It's Trojan, it's a Trojan horse. The pearly gates, I reflect as, or I put it on a parallel with our pearly gates, our pearly teeth, our pearly gates. Heaven is our body, the temple. Mm-hmm. Don't let hell prevail against it. Watch your orifices. These are the pearly gates, and this is heaven. This is your temple. You see what I'm saying? Somebody said that water sucks. Yeah, it do. It do, man. That Dasani sucks for real, man.
So what are some of the benefits that you got from when you change your diet?
Man, I'm gonna be honest, man. I used to eat late, and I'd have to get up, and I'd eat like heavy, like red meat and pastas and starches and all that stuff. And I used to get up the next morning, and I'd be like, I'd have this heavy feeling on me, like, oh man, I gotta go to work. And then you feel it on you. You feel this drag on you. And when I got rid of all that, and got to the point where I was eating and then cutting it off at a certain time, I noticed no matter what time it was, 4 or 5 o'clock, I could pop up. I could pop up like a rabbit. You see what I'm saying? I could pop up like a rabbit. There were times where I would get shortness of breath just walking up a flight of steps, and I'm talking maybe 10 or 12, and then I start getting these heart palpitations, man, and like I start wheezing for air, and I felt like something was really going on with me. That stopped. All the headaches, that stopped. As far as memory, my memory improved, man. Like I could remember things, you know what I'm saying? I could work out longer. I could work out harder. Of course, other things, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. If you suffering elsewhere, like a lot of men suffering, and I would say the bedroom, it improves that. It does a lot, man. It unclogs your pores, man. And people don't understand what plaque is. When I say mucoid plaque is in meat. A lot of people don't understand that plaque is in meat. So that when they say the plaque that's on your teeth, it's the same plaque that's in your arteries that causes heart attacks. So plaque, you can't get rid of it, and it's in the meat. And people are like, well, what if you boil it? I say, boiled, baked, stir fried, stewed, barbecued. It don't matter. It's still in it. Leave it alone. You got to leave it alone to a point. You know what I'm saying? At least find a balance. You know what I'm saying? But as far as the benefits, man, I got into sun gazing. I hit everything hard at one time. I got into sun gazing, meditating. I was steaming broccoli. I was steaming kale. I was steaming mushrooms. I love steaming mushrooms, and just the light feeling that I had, the light feeling that I had, and I would be staring at that sun, man. And I'd be and ate a good meal, and I found out that a lot of information is in food. So I don't know, man. I started receiving stuff, man. Like I just started receiving something. Then something said, write this stuff down. This stuff we giving you, write this stuff down. I mean, I don't mean to sound spooky.
No, I get it, because like I said, I connect with a lot of it. I mean, it's a page turner. The book is definitely a page turner, man, and I can see it because it's very, I want to say, aware. The what you're writing is, if you're at that level or that vibration consciously or subconsciously, it's very aware, and it speaks to you.
Oh yeah,
it definitely speaks to me.
It's a blissful place too. It's a very blissful place, and I know we talked about it, man. It's one of those things, like when you go there. Like Martin Luther King said, the mountaintop is like you get there and it's like, man, it's so lovely and peaceful here, Okay, where's mama? Where's my brother? Where's my friends? You know what I'm saying? Like, where's everybody? It's like I'm here by myself. So you kind of got to climb back down that mountain, but you know your way down, so you won't stumble down. It's easier to climb down, and you try to get some more people. And this was my attempt to get more people. This is my descent down. This was my descent down because I realized what it did for me, and it allowed me to change my outlook and start seeing the world for what it was, and realizing that we are like batteries and they'll use you, but you need to use your own power for yourself, And at the end of the day, it's like, that realization of what you are and who you are can change based off of how you eat.
So soul food. So you mean we've been eating soul food for all those years? And
See, God, I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen, man. See, God wanted you to ask that, and it brings me up to this right here. Do you remember the movie Soul Food?
Facts, yeah.
Okay. Remember when it first came on? He said, the little boy was telling a story about Big Mama, right? He said, we never knew what diabetes was, but we was about to find out. What was the very next scene?
Big Mama died, didn't she?
No.
What
when
happened?
Yeah, you're right though. But the very next scene was the camera going over all of the soul food.
Yeah.
So he foreshadowed what soul food was, and that we didn't know what diabetes was, but they told us in that next scene
what it was,
the way to catch it, the way it's going to come down on you if you keep eating those foods all day, every day, Sunday after Sunday. Fried this, fried that, greens, ham hocks, cornbread, starches, potatoes. That stuff don't never give your body a chance to heal. That stuff right there break your body down. You know what I'm saying? And the movie Soul Food basically gave that scene right there, to me, was foreshadowing what diabetes and how it was a hidden message. To me, it was a hidden message. Go back and check it out. Yeah, definitely. After he does that, after he says that, we didn't know what diabetes was, but but it said something about, and we was finna find out. And the very next scene cut over the camera going over all the food, everybody at the table, and they had the uncle just grubbing down, you know what I'm saying? And the uncle that had the gray hair.
Yeah.
But soul food is good. And I'm gonna tell you like this. I knew I was changing because I ended up becoming a social eater. And you're probably gonna ask, how do you become a social eater? when I would go to family functions, you know, I started getting slim, man. When I let that meat go, it even scared me how slim I was getting. Like it was like that, like boom, like it was falling off. And I even looked at myself like, what's wrong with you? You know? And then I had a lot of people that was like, they was like, man, I ain't, you got a book, you talking about this, that, and the other. I ain't want to say nothing because I thought you was sick. You know, you know, they ain't want to say nothing. But I became a social eater because I would go to family functions because my family's big on soul food. My family would basically, you know, be like, oh, somebody feed him. You know what I'm saying? Because I was getting little, man.
Yeah.
And something, boy, you better eat some. And I felt outcasted, like, because the very first Thanksgiving, I'm gonna tell you, I forewent a Thanksgiving. That's the year I lost like 120 something pounds. Because I got all the way up to. I'm gonna tell you, man. If you look at, I can show you a pic. I had got all the way up to 300. I had got all the way up to 328 pounds, man. And I was heavy, like I was heavy. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to find this picture and hopefully it show up on this real quick. But it's a before and after, man. And let me see, and hopefully it shows up on this right here. But honestly, man, I was heavy, and when they saw me coming through there, they was like, somebody get that boy something to eat because he done got small. You know what I'm saying? Here it is right here. I don't know if y'all can see it, but let me see if y'all can see it. Let me see. Let me cut this off. It ain't gonna show. But no, it ain't gonna show. Right. But I'm telling you, this before and after is crazy. If it could show up, this before and after is crazy. It ain't gonna show up, man. It's totally different, man. Like, and then it took me to look at the after to realize I went from 328 down to 214, man. And I ended up becoming a social eater because I felt compelled to eat, and what I used food for was a social gathering, and I used it to commune. And because I remember going to Thanksgiving and pigging out, like had to have 4 plates, had to take the cake home, had to get the red velvet, had to take it home, man, and then went home and had what they call it, sleepitis. Couldn't breathe.
You know what they call it.
What they call it? What?
The itis. You know what they call it.
You already know.
Yeah.
So had to unbutton the pants, lean back, you know what I'm saying, and just go to sleep and wake up. It's Black Friday. You know what I'm saying?
So basically, your diet changed your life, basically.
That's all. I mean, bottom line, you are what you eat, man. And it changed my life. It changed everything.
Who saved you? Somebody saved you. Who saved you? Who? I mean, somebody had to point you in the right direction. Somebody put you in the right direction, or you just intuitively and instinctively knew.
Dr. Sebi.
Yeah, Sebi's a monster.
Dr. Sebi, Layla Africa, and it was one more. Dr. Sebi, Layla Africa, and there was one more. I think it was a female. I can't remember. She I can't remember her name, man, but she introduced me to keto. Keto.
Yeah.
And when I realized what keto was, I got on it. And that, remember when I told you I got, a little scared because I was losing weight like that?
Keto do that, yeah. When
I found out what keto was, basically what keto is you have to find a way to, because carbs are like diesel gas, and you don't want to. We're like Teslas, we're like Mercedes Benzes, and carbs to us is like putting diesel in a Tesla, in a not well, Teslas don't run off gas,
no.
Do they?
Electric, no. Most of them electric.
Most of them electric. A Lexus or a Mercedes.
Yeah,
we're like a Lexus and a Mercedes, man, and that's you put a diesel in that, you're gonna be mad. Well, guess what? That's what we are. But society has formed us to eat carbs, and that's all that's out there for us is carbs. That's why our bodies do what they do. So when I found out what keto is just basically stopping the influx of carbs so your body can flip the script and run off of fat. And remember when I told you I could pop up out of bed like that?
Yep.
My body switched over. And this girl, I can't remember her, Stephanie Keto Girl. That was her name.
All right.
She called her name Stephanie Keto Girl. And she's the one who put me on keto, man. And then I started with her, and that slid me over into Sebi, I believe. Something, or maybe they ran concurrently. But she shattered her knee. She shattered, because I was trying to figure out, how to heal myself. She shattered her knee, and she, to be her age, she looked, good, and she shattered her knee, man, and just thought she wasn't ever gonna get right. But when she found out about keto, she said she got into keto to heal herself because it speeds up the healing process. And that's what I did. I got into keto just to speed up the healing, because they say the body reproduces itself, regenerates it every 7 years. Every cell in the body is new. So after 7 years, if you keep on eating the same things, then you're going to deteriorate every 7 years. But if you put the correct things in your body, then you start to go this way. You start to go that way. So if people got, a bad lung or a bad heart or a bad kidney or something, you got to get out of that degenerative state. So, that keto put me on game, man, when I realized that, switching over to burning fat cells is a cleaner burning gas. And that's like 93.5 octane for that Lexus with a special additive in it. And that those fat cells is what we used to burn off of when we were hunter gatherers, because all we ate was polyphenols. And what polyphenols are the bush berries, the blueberries. Look up polyphenols and what they are, what type of foods they are. Those are the foods that we used to eat in the brush. You couldn't, back then it was harder to catch animals, so we had to rely on the bushes. We had to rely on the foods that grew in the trees and underground. So with that being said, as far as the polyphenols, those are the foods that kept us down, but at the same time kept us burning the fat. So when we would get fat, our body would hurry up and consume it. But today we live in a carbohydrate world, man. Everything is carbohydrates. I don't care what it is. It's bread, meat, potatoes. Bread, meat, potatoes. Bread, meat, potatoes. Carbohydrates, 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 man.
Don't forget the pasta.
The pasta. Yeah, the pastas, the wheat germ. A lot of that stuff, that's all that we eat. So your body's never ever gonna, switch over to that fat burning, because we're always ingesting pastas and meats and breads. And I'm gonna tell you how bad it is. Sugar, sugar, bread, and meat are the three top killers, right? When it comes to food. So guess what? What do you get every time you go to a fast food restaurant? A sugary drink, potatoes, a sandwich, which is meat and bread. That's all three of them. That's all four of them right there.
Killing you. They're trying to kill you.
It to a sense, but don't nobody put a gun to our head and say, hey, go there. But it's cheaper too, right? Because I'm gonna tell you, I went to a store called Kroger's, Publix. Went to go buy some all natural food. To feed 4 people, it costs $55. To feed 4 people at KFC costs $20. A bucket of chicken, some biscuits, big old soda, and some macaroni and cheese. And I'm like, it's healthy. It costs to live healthy. So to a sense, we got to get back into fasting too, because back then we didn't eat every day. Some days we caught the animal, some days we didn't. Some days we had to wait for a minute because we ate all the food in the bushes too quick. You see what I'm saying? So we got to find a way to get back into fasting as well, because I got into fasting too, man. He said, each time I eat food. Exactly. And he's right, because there was a time before all this, and I'm gonna give an account and give a story. When went to a place called Captain D's. I had stopped eating fast food. I just stopped eating it. I went to Captain D's, and I was like, man, I'm finna try some fast food. I'm just finna try it. I went there, ate the food, and it sat on me for a minute. Then all of a sudden, I felt something twisting in my stomach. And I'm like, okay, what's that feeling? And then I felt the twist again, and it was more abrupt. I was like, what the hell? Then all of a sudden, I felt this knot coming back up, and I'm like, what's going on? My body rejected it, made me throw it up. My body straight rejected it. My body was like, no. So right then and there, when you get that stuff, see what happens is when we eat that stuff and continue to eat that stuff, our body becomes, now I ain't gonna say immune, but you get used to it. And you and your bodies get used to holding on to some of them additives and preservatives that you really don't need. But when I purge my body's like, you gotta let that go. And as a matter of fact, we're finna do it for you. And I threw it up, and it was the craziest feeling I ever had in my life. My body said no, it didn't come up like it came up section after section, like we finna let you know you don't need this. And that was my body letting me know then. That was before all this, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the people who saved me, just to answer your question, man, Stephanie Keto Girl, Dr. Sebi, and Layla Africa, man. That's what led me into the direction I'm in now.
Cool. You talked about Pavlov's dog. You talked about conditioning.
Yeah.
Conditioning, and how we don't grow our foods and we don't grow our produce anymore. You talked to us about you in your book. You talk about that and how we basically just gave up all of our blessings, basically, because when you grow your food, we gave that up to the big companies. You could elaborate on that for us a little bit.
We have been conditioned because, like I said, we were hunter-gatherers, and what happened was people left agriculture for the shiny things. Trojan Horse Foods, man. It's called Trojan Horse Foods. It's on Amazon. We left agriculture for the shiny things. We wanted to go to the cities. We wanted to go to the urban areas, and we sold everything that we sold off. The land, the agriculture is being sold right back to us, and then at the same time, it's not being given to us right because there's a lot of pesticides and stuff like that. That's when the battle between inorganic versus organic, like, wow, is it really that bad where you got to pay more for organic? That's hard to stomach, you know what I'm saying? But with that being said, man, as far as what part? I didn't went tangent, man. What was you saying?
Just elaborate on how we gave up basically our blessings and growing food.
We gave up the blessing of the land, and God gave that to us, man. And I feel like that was that. I mean, everything that you can possibly think of, there should be no person hungry on this earth because everything is so abundant. And I remember shooting a video one time, people scared of there's a food shortage. Okay, where? Because there ain't no food shortage down in Africa or down in Venezuela where mangoes is growing. All types of fruits, certain fruits that you can't even get here that actually heal certain things in your body. That America won't even allow to sell. They won't because it probably costs too much to import it here. But it's certain fruits, certain vegetables, certain things abroad, and it grows by the acre. There's no such thing as food shortage. It's a food shortage for you because you don't have your agricultural thumb in place. And the minute COVID hit, everybody wanted to plant a garden. And they did. But at the end of the day, man, we gave up the blessing, which was God given, which is the seed of the earth. And everybody went to the city. Everybody wanted to go work to live instead of, you get what I'm saying? They wanted to work to live instead of working to live to eat, working for yourself, which is what we got to get back to as far as being self-sufficient and having our own, sovereignty and He said I got it on my shelf. That's what's up, man. Light bodies, exactly. And that weight is to me, I feel like, food is a trick to food, man. You just gotta, I'm gonna say this. When you go to the store, everything is chosen for you. It's you buy this, you're gonna buy this, or you're gonna buy this, and it's there, but it's so much other stuff. Why is there other? It's so many other things out there, other fruits, other foods that you can buy, but everything is chosen for us. That to me, that's a prison almost. If you look at it, everything that we have out there that we're eating, that's in our cabinets, it's either you buy this or you don't. You see what I'm saying? Or you eat this or you don't. And we gave up our blessing for that. And that's crazy to me.
Yeah. I know growing up, I used to hear people perish for a lack of knowledge. People perish for lack of knowledge. And I feel like Big Pharma and basically the food industry, I feel like they're married and they work together in order to, it's profits over health, I feel. But how did your knowledge change? Go ahead.
It's not about finding the root cause. It's about, let's hear this little symptom right here for a minute, and then when we give them this medicine gonna make this hurt. Then they gotta buy medicine for that. Back to when we talking about soul food, Big Mama's house, it ain't no money in healing. It ain't no money in this is what wrong with you. Go to St. Lucia, find this fruit, do this, go to St. Croix, go to Africa, eat this I forgot the name of the fruit, eat this and it'll heal, or go to Venezuela, or go to Costa Rica. If you got this certain types of rashes, you can jump in a hot spring where the ash is, and heal this eczema and all that stuff. Not gonna tell you stuff like that. They want you to take the eczema cream. They want you to continue to eat this stuff that's really what's breaking you out, and not knowing what it is. It's in the food. A lot of this stuff is food allergies, and we thinking it's a disease. They are married. So, but nobody says, hey, do this. No, who's making us eat this stuff? Who's telling you to go to the Golden Arches? Who's telling you to go to the King? Who's telling you? Who's telling you? Is somebody making you go there?
No, nobody's holding a gun to your head. You're
holding a gun to your head.
Yeah,
it's choice. And to me, that's where God, like, yo, you have the choice, but you're choosing the other side, and you shouldn't. And then you start getting spanked for it. You start getting spanked for it, and then like I did, you start understanding, like, yo, go back to the other side, because that ain't cool. You know what I'm saying? What you feeling right now?
Mm-hmm. So a lot of times it's generation after generation after generation. You know what I mean? I think I heard Polite one time. I don't know if ever heard of Brother Polite.
Oh yeah, I'm a Polite. Yeah.
So he was talking about one time he was waiting for Jesus to come back, and everybody he knew, his ancestors, his family, they were all dying from diabetes, and Jesus wasn't never coming to save them. I'm not knocking nobody what they're into. I'm just telling you the way he put it to me. And that
I know. I saw that video. Yeah. I saw that. But to me, the Jesus is the light, the interior. Jesus, what they say, Jesus is the light of the world.
Mm-hmm.
To me, Jesus is knowledge. It's meditating, Kundalini, and getting your self in line, and awakening and rising as a Israelite. Rising when they say when Israel becomes a nation, who Israel is?
Mm. Go ahead.
It's two of them. It's two of them split on the screen right now. You feel me?
I feel you.
So,
I feel you.
When they say Israel becomes a nation, they're talking about us.
Yeah, I get it.
Hebrews say they workmen like a Hebrew slave. They're talking about. Come on. When they say there's a guy named there's this comedian. He calls himself Ralphie, Heavyset Cat, and I heard him say a joke, and he said he do a lot of black, jokes, but he said something that was real. He said, I think he said, y'all need to let them go. Why y'all still holding on to them? Because this is causing all type of problems. And Pharaoh let my people go, still talking about to this day us.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And we are Israel, mm-hmm. Jacob, Judah. It is what it is. But a lot of people don't see that. A lot of people not gonna resonate with that.
No, I get it.
And it's up to you, for the Jesus in you to arise and awaken within, and that light for that light to blink on, to come on, Now
so, you hitting on some knowledge right there. Where mm-hmm. did you obtain this knowledge? Where did you get this knowledge from?
A lot of that comes from listening to let me see, some polite and I don't know if you remember a guy named Anwar Kwasi.
I've heard of him. Yeah, I heard of him.
Who else? A few other people, man. I can't really say it. Okay. But my dad's Muslim too, man, and he knows a lot. And he when I was writing my book, he called it, he said, man, what you doing is kind of, just be careful. And I was like, yeah. I say, yeah. He said, this is something called Sufi Islam. Sufi. Mm-hmm. I was like, what is that? He said, a lot of people, this is basically a sect of Muslims that go against the halal, or certain types of foods that people are eating, and they teach certain like eating a certain way and doing things a certain way, and a lot of them got persecuted. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And a lot of this information, honestly, I would wake up in the middle of the night, 3-4 o'clock, and all of a sudden I just started studying and looking on YouTube and looking at certain people and getting into books, and start some will come across my mind, and I'll Google it and start reading. Mm-hmm. And that's how I end up coming across a lot of that information. And then it didn't come to me until I started eating right. Somebody once told me that the gods and the angels, they don't like when you eat meat. And this right here, like kind of like woke me up. There's like, if the angels that protect you, there are certain angels that won't come around you because they smell the death that you just consumed. You see what I'm saying?
Facts.
And they don't like it, and you stench of it, and they're like, you can't do that. You got to eat natural. And they, to a point, they won't help you, or to a point they stay far away from you, or something like that. I heard, or if I'm saying it correctly, they say you stench of death and carnage because you're consuming, and you hadn't did it right, and you didn't pray, or you didn't do it right, and it's in your body a certain type of way, and we smell it, so we can't deal with you right now.
So if you could talk to a younger version of yourself, mm-hmm. if you could talk to a younger version of yourself. Let's say maybe a 14-year-old Elgin LeVar. Mm-hmm. What advice would you give him about eating and diet and things like that? What would you tell
him? I would tell him to stop eating fast food. I would tell him to get into botany, learning about plants, learn to like George Washington Carver, man, just become a scientist, a mad scientist, and learn the properties of foods and grow foods and cross foods, and do what you need to do as a person that needs to understand what's ahead of you ain't for you. And don't be so quick to jump on the Trojan horse foods because they look good and they're at every gas station, and you walk down the aisle, it's blue packages, red packages, and it's a lot of symbolism in foods, and you don't have to eat all that. There's eat Mediterranean food is so good, A lot of the vegan foods are so good. A lot of foods out west, they got vegan restaurants, man. They make Mediterranean food. They make Mediterranean cuisines that are exquisite. And you don't need Lowry seasoning salt all the time. You don't need all that crazy stuff with all the MSG in it. Find the natural foods to eat, and stick with it.
I know Dr. Sebi, he took a lot of heat sometimes saying he
Hmm.
could cure things, like he said he could cure diabetes,
Yeah,
AIDS, and things like
yeah,
that. But he also said that he fasted for like 90 days, and that's how he
yeah.
basically like.
I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you brought that up because that fascinated me when he fasted. Let me fix my chair right quick. That fascinated me when he said he said he said I fasted for 90 days. I think it was the Mexican guy. Was it the Mexican? He said
Mhm.
it was a Mexican guy. He said, I'm ready. He's like, no, you're not. He said, yeah, I am. He said, no, you're not. Then when he finally fasted, he said he fasted 90 days. He said, I think, was it water or just straight dry fasting? It was one of them.
Mhm.
He said that the 60th day, he was still passing solid matter. Now, you would think 60 days, I'm still passing solid matter. That goes to show how much stuff has built up inside of your body and how long your tract is to the point where it's stuff still inside you, man. 60 days. He said around the 80th day, still was passing solid matter. I'm like, how? Your body starts purging. Then he started, healing, coming out of diabetes. He was a diabetic. No more. Fasting cures. Water fasting cures. But they teach you to do this and take that. And that fasting, man, is one of the things that it's eye opening and it's awakening, and it takes you to a blissful place. Because I did it one time, man. I had a video, I had my channel. I deleted a lot of my videos, because I saw myself changing, and I didn't want to. When I looked at those videos, I was like, maybe I put a little bit too much of myself out there, but I just kept some of the main ones. But there was a video I shot where I went 60 hours without eating anything. And the way I felt, I think it was a full moon. I remember the full moon being behind me. And I purposely, fasted into the full moon. And some of the feelings that I had was like some of the best feelings I ever had in my life. And if they say Jesus, just felt oh so compassionate. I just felt that way. I really felt that way. You know what I'm saying? So I felt soft. I felt angelic. I felt light, like my body was getting light, and light in a sense where I was receiving all types of, information. The information just was flowing. That was around the time I was writing my book. And the information is real, man. Like it comes down a path. It comes, I started seeing certain things. I started I ain't gonna say hearing certain things, but I started the synchronicities. Things just started showing up, that helped me learn a certain, thing and pointed me in a certain direction to go read or talk to somebody about, or just basically, knowledge. I started receiving knowledge from we know where, you just can't see it.
Mhm. Energy. Somebody
Hmm.
said, "How do you fast now?"
How do I fast now? What I do is like if I feel a certain way, I just I just take time off, and I'll do like a 2 day fast. Um, like a fast. A lot of people don't understand that a fast can be it's basically a fast is just eliminating something. You know what? I drink a lot of sodas. I eat a lot of potato chips. You just let something go. You know what I'm saying? And just and pray, or let everything go. Let it all go. You see what I'm saying? Let or just dry fast or water fast. I get into water fast. I get into dry fasting. I get into the first day I dry fast, the second day I water fast. As far as a week long fast, I've yet to get a week long fast in. The highest I've gone was like 72 maybe 72, almost 80 hours. And I was like, you know what? I'm a chill, but actually in your mind, it's a mind thing. You know what I'm saying? But like if you work a job or whatnot, you can't really, fast like that. You got to wait till you take some time off. So I'm gonna say maybe this year I'm gonna go ahead and get a week long fast in. It's gonna be when I take some time off my matrix job. You see what I'm saying? Because I actually own my own business. When you called me, man, I had just got a call. They was like, come on, I want you to come on, get this load, man.
Yeah.
It's about to rain, and come on, get it before it get wet. And I was like, shoot, let me go and get that. You know what I'm saying? That's a nice little 450. And I'm like, I ain't
there you go.
And I definitely then if it get wet, it's gonna be worth 600, but I know he ain't trying to pay it. So let me go and get it before it get wet.
Yeah.
So and then that led me into, my other business, which is A1 Nutrition for Healing. That's my business, is LLC. This business I got is a LLC. I got, I'm pretty sure it's probably not gonna show up either. But this is my card. Now that shows up.
Yeah.
Home Run Junk Removal Services, man. And that's basically what I get into, man. And I got my trailer and stuff like that. And I'm getting word of mouth right now, and it's booming. Like it's booming like that. Cause I've always, my whole life, my mom used to be like, you love to keep your room clean. You love to do this. You love to do that. I just have a knack to see clean and do it. And they say cleanliness is next to godliness, man.
Facts.
So I'm a God. I love to see clean, and I don't like to be around nothing dirty. I can't stand dirty. I can't stand filth. So what I did was,
I salute you.
Yes, sir. salute, man. If I see something, I can go in and fix it up real quick, and I can do it a lot faster than a lot of people can because I have this eye that goes. It's like these little sensors, like what is it, RoboCop or Terminator? It's like that goes there. This goes here. That goes in the trash. This goes over here. That goes over here. Put this over here. Take that over there. Boom, and I'm done. Mm-hmm. Like I'm done. And a lot of my customers be like, man. They be overwhelmed because they didn't expect for me to do it like that in that sense, because I see it and it's like I gotta have it clean and that's God, that's godliness, and that's my mission to grow this company to that point where I'm across the nation. You see what I'm saying? Because my name is Home Run Junk Removal Services, and the O and H in home is a baseball, and you got the dude swinging. Mm-hmm. And it's just off the chain, man. I'm gonna show y'all one more time.
Yeah, put it back up there. Let us have it.
Yeah, that's it right here.
Yeah, hold it up. All right. So you talk about the Matrix. I know what the Matrix is for me. So can you dive into that a little bit for us, right quick?
To me, the Matrix is basically the Matrix is a series. The Matrix is how can I say it? It's a setup. It's a setup. See, the Matrix needs the first Matrix, which is Mother Nature, Earth, and it can't survive. So basically, it's feeding off of nature. So it's a construct. The Matrix is a construct. It needs time, and it needs people, and it needs jobs, and it needs banks, and it needs anything that can support it. And to me, the Matrix is basically anything that's not of you, that's not of your own personal person, who you are as a person. It's not you. So at the end of the day, it's one of those things that if you ain't in tune with you being sovereign, then you're gonna need a job, and a job is of the Matrix, and you're gonna have to use time, which is a construct of clocking in and out, or 8 hours. You're gonna have to be in that. Then you're gonna have to get a car, which is of the Matrix, which is you're gonna have to use it for the Matrix. So now you got to go get a bank loan, which is gonna incur interest. Now you got to go. Now you got to go buy some food to eat in the Matrix when you go buy this house, because you have this house now, which is of the Matrix, but still It's of the matrix because you have to have a job in order to get it to a point. Back then we used to build our hut, build our, little teepee and keep it kicking. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Now you gotta, buy a property lot. You gotta buy a property plan, which is cool. A plot with a house on it. The matrix is anything that isn't you. Now the matrix to you, what is the matrix to you to a point?
It's the model. It's the model, like basically, like you said, the construct, but it's the model that everybody else is like you. Like let's say, it's a mold. It's the first of many. You know what I mean?
Cookie cutter stuff.
Cookie cutter, basically. Mm-hmm. Basically, that's what it is. So with the first one, then you could keep on making the rest and duplicating it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And nobody is putting the guns to your head to make you do this and do that. But at the end of the day, you have to be in it to survive.
Facts.
You have to be in it. So why not see it for what it is? One of my family members told me, you don't always have to be reactive. The good thing is to be proactive. Just because you're in a situation doesn't mean you have to react to everything in a situation. Sometimes you need to step outside of the situation and see it as a whole, and see it in retrospect, and use it and manipulate it to do what you need it to do, not let it do not let it do to you, if that makes sense.
And I rock with you. I rock with you heavy, brother. I rock with you heavy. I'm picking up where you putting down. Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Don't. Go.
You also talked about the brain being a supercomputer. You talked about that in your book. You talked about that. I had to ask you about that because, just from jumping from that little definition that you gave us, to the brain being a superpower and how to use it and things like that. What can you tell us about that?
The computer modeled after us. You know what I'm saying? The computer was really modeled after us, and this is the motherboard, and you can remember dreams. I remember dreams from when I was 6 and 7 years old, man. That's called hard drive.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
I remember dreams that terrified me, and I remember from front to back. I remember dreams that I felt I was flying. I remember dreams when I was a superhero. But I'm talking 6 and 7 years old, man. Mm. So those little doors, those little pockets of information, the computer was like, the computer copied off of us. We are the walking, talking computer. We are the hard drive. So basically, even the car modeled after us. Even the car itself, the four wheels, which is the four limbs. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The engine, which is the heart and everything else. All of our organs. You see what I'm saying? And the brain, which is the modular, what is it called? Is it the module that can go out and then everything else goes out? You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The computer really did, take after the human being, and a lot of people don't know that. So overall, being in tune with, not letting anything, how can I say it, mess with your memory, and they even link proper eating to solving Alzheimer's. A lot of people they say one way to curb Alzheimer's is to eat correctly, because health basically is one of those things that help deters Alzheimer's, because it has something to do with eating and health and certain foods you eat. So with that being said, man, yes, we are the supercomputer, and we are the ones that letting AI take over when AI really wants to be us. AI is studying us right now. I don't know. I even heard to a point AI is an entity that really wants to be us and really wants to integrate with us. You got people trying to implant this. They talking about the mark of the beast, the chip, and all that stuff. It's AI wants to be the human. That's why it's called artificial intelligence. AI wants to be us, and somebody somewhere, or whatever this entity, whatever, it wants to be human. And it's And it gets to the point where, hey, well, guess what? We'll be human by integrating with the humans and create like this, like Star Trek, the cyborg. You get where I'm going? Like the cyborg mentality. You know, I remember Star Trek. There was a lot of Star Trek really foreshadowed a lot of stuff, man. Like it really did foreshadow a lot of stuff. The cyborg and the Borg, which was half human and half technology, and that was, to me, that was crazy. Like I was, you know, absorbing a lot of that stuff when I was, you know, younger, and I'm like, man, that's crazy. You know, even Terminator, you know, they wanted to be human, and then it got to the point where it was like, okay, well, since we can't be human and y'all got us, then we'll take over and let you understand that, okay, we're greater because we took over. And that's what, to me, AI is.
Mm-hmm. So if you had to recommend one thing, because obviously I know you rock with Dr. Sebi, I rock with Dr. Sebi. If you could give the beautiful infinite creators a book that maybe help you along your journey and on your path, or a movie or something that's helped you along your path, can you share that with the beautiful infinite creators?
What helped me get into where I'm at now? I would not know anything about liabilities and assets if I would have not read Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. You know, they used to teach us your house is your house is your greatest asset. And what a crock of shit, man. No, that's a liability, man.
It takes money out of your pocket.
Yeah. They teach you, go get a car, go get a house, go do this. Them ain't assets, them liabilities, because liabilities is something that the money keeps flowing out. And it took me to see they got a box, they had a box and it said asset. They had a box and it said liabilities. And it showed the arrows of the money flowing out. Then they had an asset, it showed arrows of the money flowing in. And then it gave examples of what assets were. And assets were something like property, rental property, a business.
What about a doodad?
What is that?
A doodad.
What is that?
A doodad is when he was talking about things that take money out your pocket.
Yeah. The doodad. Yeah. You already know. Okay. So you read it then. You read it. Okay. I. But yeah, man. You know, the poor dad was the dad that you know, and he learned from his poor dad, and he learned from his rich dad. And that dad, you know, the one that was poor minded, he learned that you know, it's certain things you got to see and certain things you got to understand, and that's what put him in the middle of where he was at, to understand. And he said it without saying it. The rich people use the poor people to survive, and that's what happens every day.
Leverage. You can't win the game if you don't know the rules. How you gonna play if you don't know?
So the rich stay rich because the poor keep themselves poor by not understanding what's going on. Because the poor, what is this saying? The rich stay rich because they act like they broke, and the broke stay broke because they act like they rich.
I like that. I like it.
Man. I'm serious. When I heard that, what they call it, capping,
capping, yeah.
Broke stay broke. The broke stay broke because they act like they rich. That's cap. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. That's straight cap. Because I remember taking my last. If I never was a Jordan person. I never was, you know, but I wanted, you know. I remember when Tommy Hilfiger was popping, you know, and then having the rope, you know what I'm saying, around the neck, and you know, having, you know, the latest shoes.
Yeah.
If I had $500 in my pocket and I wanted an outfit, a rope, and some shoes, and it cost me $499, as long as I had $1 to buy me a 79-cent Fago while I'm looking cool, I was gonna do it. Then after that, it is what it is. I like, okay, I gotta find some money. But that was cap. You see what I'm saying? And to me, that was the wrong thing to be taught. And that's really called living above your means. And then when I I remember there was a guy I met, and in the job that I have, I was taught to, open up these accounts, man. I'm taught to open up accounts. So I started kind of like, I ain't gonna say discriminating, but I started looking at people's clothes. I'm like, man, he ain't got no money. I ain't even ask him. Man, he ain't got on nothing. He ain't got on no clothes. He got on suspenders and a dirty shirt and some sandals.
Yeah.
I got humbled real quick because I was dealing with a guy who just looked throwed away, but he was the richest man in my city. Had so much money. Then the guy over there who looked like $1 million, they have a dime. You get what I'm saying?
Fact.
And that's when I become humbled. Like, man, you know what? I'm gonna be that guy because those are the ones who stay out the way, because the broke stay broke because they act rich, and the rich stay rich because they act poor. And to me, that's one of the things that it took a while for me to land that and actually start applying that, because there's certain things I ain't got to have this, I ain't got to have that, but I do want things. Of course, I got 2 businesses, man. I want stuff, but then it's about legacy and leaving this stuff behind for children. You know what I'm saying? It gets to a point where you like, you know what? I have a legacy to carry on, so now I got to lead it. I got to have stuff for my children and their children's children. That's why you got to start these businesses.
Man, that's fire. That's fire. I'm with you. I rock with you heavy, man. I rock with you heavy. Where can the beautiful infinite creators find you on social media? Where can they find you online? Let us know. Give us everything we need to know how to find you and reach out to you.
Okay. You can check me out on my YouTube channel, 4 Ascension. That's the number 4 Ascension. The word Ascension, 4 Ascension. I always tell my people to throw their 4s up, man. Throw them 4s up, man, because 4 is a number of completion. And in my book, you seen it in my book? You ran across that yet?
Not yet.
The 4 is deep. 4 is deep, and 4 is completion, like north, south, east, west.
Oh yeah, I did read it.
You ran across that?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
And to me, the number 4 is 4 pillars. They say that this earth is standing on 4 pillars, and it's always 4. It's 4 winds. It's four winds. It's 4 chambers of the heart. You know what I'm saying? We got 4 limbs. You know what I'm saying? We got 4 orifices. I mean, come on, man. It only gets deeper. You know what I'm saying? And I also rock with the number 8 too. But like I said, before I go back off into that, 4 Ascension is my channel. You can also catch me on my A1 Nutrition for Healing business page. It's on Facebook. Also, you can reach me on homerunjunkremoval.com. And then of course, my Facebook page, which it's family. I might not let everybody join, but it is what it is. But I'm on Facebook as well. But my main thing is my YouTube channel. I got like 13,000 subscribers. I wasn't really trying to, go for subscribers and stuff like that. I just would, talk about semen retention at one point, health, because that semen retention is a real thing, man. It's a real thing, because what it does is it balances you, and it stops you from giving up all your powers, and it centers you, and it grounds you, because it's sacred. And it's sacred, like the sacred.
Gotcha.
And it's in the sac, and it's red down there because it's the red root chakra. That's why it's called sacred. People don't understand etymology and words. Sacred, sacred, the sacred energy. Exchange. That's why it's an exchange down there. That's why you got to be careful who you with. Be celibate, because these energies, they can transfer off one person to the next, so you got to be careful who you're getting with. So I feel one way to ensure your balance, and instead of exerting your energy all over the place, and men, they teach men to do this, master, come on, man, and you know how it is when you're young and you start watching porn and all that stuff. It drains your energy.
Facts.
And it keeps you. There's something called a 14-day refractory period, and you feel left. You feel depressed. You feel not worthless, but you feel looked at. You feel like you got something to hide, and you try to hide, and it's something there that you think people are gonna know and like, oh, they're gonna find out. So you kind of play shy. You know what I'm saying? And I remember when I started, right around the time when I started eating healthy, right around the semen retention, man, when I stopped, when they say busting all over, even with females, you kind of you gotta save yourself. And I feel like that's what the word saved mean. Are you saved? Are you saving yourself? Are you saving your seed? Because I noticed my muscle gains were better, my energy was better, my vision was, of course, better, mentally and spiritually. I could see things before they happen. I started developing this keen intuition. Um, I could feel things in my aura. I could see things. I started even like like today. Some said get another take another shirt. Some said take another shirt. You know what I'm saying? And the bottom fell out. You see what I'm saying? Some said get you another shirt, man. Take another shirt. Take another pair of shoes. I got caught in the rain. You see what I'm saying? You ever was like at a party when you was getting out there getting like that, and then somebody walked in the room and some dudes walked in the room and the energy shifted and you could see the look in their eyes like, man, them dudes right there ain't no good right there. It's time to dip. You see what I'm saying? You don't catch on to stuff like that when you just out and about, don't got your energy on lock, because if you strengthen your aura, you can feel something bend your aura that's no good to you when it comes to you, when it gets in your aura, or when it comes around you. Because I remember, clubbing, like, some dudes come in, they got the look on their face, and I can see it. Nobody else can see it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, them dudes, okay, they moving kind of funny. It's time to get up out of here. But you know it, you leave, come back, you hear on it, they got shot up, and it was them dudes.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I developed, like, man, you develop a sixth sense on that semen retention, man. And I'm not one of those gung ho semen retention guys. I just understood what it was, and it allowed me to stabilize my base and understand it's not all about that. It's about purpose. It ain't all about sex. It ain't all about that. You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm a Scorpio, of course, that's me, who I am. At the end of the day, I'm I'm a Scorpio.
There you go. I got you.
So at the end of the day, man, you got to be, it's about passion. It ain't about just, busting and all that stuff, man. And that saved my life to a point too, because I definitely changed a lot, and it allowed me to, I'm gonna say, circumvent my energy into positive directions, and it allowed me to, because it's your life force, man, and you get blessed when your mind is in a different place, because God knows your heart, and He knows it, and he the Most High, the of the universe, He, she, it, whatever you want to call it, we don't know what this place is, but we know what this place is. We don't know what God is, but we know what God is. I don't even like to use the word God, because that puts Him in a box.
Absolutely.
That puts it, he, she, it in a box. You got a moon, you got a sun, you got stars. Like, we don't know what's going on here, but we know something's going on here. I don't know if you remember that movie. I think it was The Last Predator, when all those people dropped in to that world or whatever. And to me, that was kind of spooky crazy, because they didn't know where they was at, and they was like, "How did we get here?" And to me, that's almost like this, like, "Yo, how did we get here?" Because they had to fight their way up out of that place. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But they could see other planets and other worlds, but they don't know how they got there. That's the same thing with us. They say this world is round, it's flat. Ain't nobody went nowhere. Ain't nobody brought no pictures back or nothing. How did we get here? Where are we?
They said they've been to space, they've been to Mars, and they to the moon, and all this other stuff.
They say they so-called. I'm gonna say so-called now. Because I ain't seen no real pictures.
Hey, I appreciate you. Before I let you go, thank you for coming on. I definitely appreciate you for coming on, my brother. Before I let you go, I usually ask the beautiful infinite creators, give us some parting words. Where can you leave with the beautiful infinite creators as we wrap this up, as they go on in the future? When they come back to the channel and they come back and they see Elgin LeVar, what do you want to leave with the beautiful infinite creators? And could you leave us some parting words, please?
Look, man, sovereignty and self-sufficiency. Sovereignty is having whatever it is you need at your own disposal, not depending on a matrix job. I started a business, and when I tell you word of mouth got out, man, I went and got me a dump trailer. I went and bought me a truck. I let the Most High lead the way, and now I'm just getting, closer and closer to sovereignty. Self-sufficiency is growing your own. Get a garden. You know what I'm saying? Have it where you don't have to go to the grocery store. You can go right to your backyard and start picking figs, vegetables, apples. You see what I'm saying? Make sure you are definitely keeping yourself healthy and fit. Make sure because you can have all the money in the world, but it won't work if you're sickly, and diseases, a dis-ease, when you say disease, it's two words put together, a dis-ease. And a disease is just a dis-ease of something that keeps on going on, and it eventually happens so much to the point where it becomes a disease, and the dis and the ease become one, and that disease takes precedence in your body, like diabetes, and your body's basically can't take it anymore. It becomes insulin resistant because every time you eat something, your body sends out insulin to try to bring you back up, try to keep you stable. But if you do it for so long, that dis-ease of your body keep putting out that insulin, after a while the insulin doesn't work, so you have to take a artificial insulin, and now you have, because you've developed insulin resistance. And fasting, eating, and making sure you are focused on self-sovereignty, building a business, and making sure you don't, if you need to not to go back on grid, you don't have to. You can stay off grid if you want to. You ain't got to deal with nothing like that. You can stay in your own little, go buy your little plot of land, get your eBay, whatever, or your business and agriculture, and you ain't got to step out there into the matrix. You can stay out in your own little, little place.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. There you have it from the beautiful Infinite Creators. I thank you, Elgin LeVar. Thank you. I humbly bow before you, my brother.
Most definitely.
I salute the divinity in you. I respect the divinity in you. We're going to have to do that again for Ascension. Yes, all right.
So them foes up, man. Y'all take care out there, man.
All right.
I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you, man.
Thank you for coming. Man. I'm gonna send you the link when I put it up on on the podcast.
Okay, all right, that's what's up, man.
Peace. Thank you.
Oh, hey, there go my boy Black Panthers, man. They up in here, man.
What's up, man?
Hey, they done came over. A few of them came over, man. That was up, man.
They showed up. They showed up,
man. That was up. Peace out there. Peace, everybody who came up, man. The Infinite Creators, man. Shout out to all your family, man. Shout out to my family that showed up, man. Y'all gonna put this thing together, man. And let's grow. You already know, man.
Keep creating, keep evolving.
Yes, sir.
All right, take care, brother.
All right, now.
All right, peace.
All right, peace.
All right.